Hey guys, it's Mike again, and this is going to be my 1 to 99 free-to-play melee training guide. And I'll begin recording again when I get to the first training area. Alright guys, most people might know this area as the Lumberage Chickens, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But this is probably the best place to go from 1 to 10 in every combat stat, besides prayer. Nobody gives a shit about prayer anymore. But I'd recommend burying the bones anyway, just to keep up your prayer if you're not going to be a pure. Alright, not much to say about this area. You don't need anything. You should collect feathers for money. And you don't need food, so it doesn't even matter. So yeah, 1 to 10 in attack, strength, and defense, and you'll probably get to 4 or 5 prayer. Anyway, I'll begin again when I get to the next area. Alright, and this is the second training area I was telling you about. Or that you should train at. If you did from 1 to 10 attack and strength and defense, you shouldn't need food, but in case you do, you should probably go to the up by the river where they're fishing, where people fish pike and salmon and trout, and just try to bomb a few off them or fish it yourself, whatever you're gonna do. But yeah, this is probably one of the best spots, because when it's not packed, you can just it's 1 to 30 or 10 to 30 I'd recommend here, because if you keep doing that, you should make about 150k in bones from just the bones of people, as long as you don't bury them, which is probably one of the best things you can do, because it's getting harder to make money on free to play now with goddamn Grand Exchange and shit. But yeah, this is 1 to 30. I'd really recommend it. It's what I did on my pure, but I would recommend it for pures, but I don't at the same time, because it's kind of a waste. But I guess it's not, I don't know. I wouldn't train a pure here, even though I already did, but I wouldn't do it again. It's just waste of time. But yeah, I recommend this place for 10 to 30. And I'll continue recording again when I get to my next area. Okay, if you've been following the guide up to now, this is the 30 to possibly 50 I'd recommend. Maybe. 50's pushing it, but I'd say 30 to 50 here. I train ranged here on my, on Blades Dawn, if you watched any of my other videos. It's a good spot to train. Everyone says to just go further up and just into flesh crawlers and giant rats, but I don't think it's that good of an idea. Here, there's more zombies and other things you can play. And if you have high enough fishing, when you run out of food, you can just go back up to the barbarian fishing river. It's a very good spot for 30 to 50, as long as you have enough for adding it full rune. I don't have any money making. I'm not gonna make a money making guide because I'm pretty poor myself. Only got about 13 mil-ish. It's not a whole lot, but that's all I can do. Yeah, I'd say go here for 30 to 50, definitely. You shouldn't need a whole lot of food, but you might. What else about it? The zombies drop steel arrows, which is probably the best thing you can do, which you can say about the train range, which I should have done, but range sucks, so I hate it. I don't train it. I just wear the set because it looks cool. But yeah, this is my 30 to 50 training area. I'll continue again when I find the next area. Alright, this is my next area that I use for training. As you can see, it's the Moss Giants on Karamja. If you've been following the guide you've watched the guide up till now, so most people if you're training defense, you would have done Dragon Slayer. So you have to do Dragon Slayer, or almost finish Dragon Slayer to get here. You have to at least get to the ship crash, which is basically finishing the quest. I'd say stay here for 50 to 80. I know that's a big gap, but it's also right next to a food source. So you can just run down, grab a few more lobsters or tuna and swordfish, whatever you're fishing, and then just come right back up. I'd recommend to bring a chisel and a fire staff because moss giants drop uncut gems, nature runes, and black square shields, which are good for high alching if you have the high enough level. Or even if you're just low alching, you can slowly increase your level. I'd say stay here for that one, for 50 to 80, because the other places I've recommended haven't really been a good place for training prayer. But if you go from 50 to 80, you should get to about 60 prayer, or even higher, I'm not sure, from killing moss giants if you bury all the bones. So yeah, well, you don't need a lot of food as long as you're using rune, and you can train ranged here as well. You can hide in this area, or right there, or you can just do what she's doing, attack everything. But yeah, this is for 50 to 80, and I will continue again when I get to one of my last spots, probably my second last spot. The next spots will be for 80 to 99. Alright, this is my next area. It's the cockroach soldiers. I was 80 attack, 80 to strength, and 80 defense when I started training here. I went from 80 attack to 85, and from 80 strength to 89 strength, and then I became a member. But I really recommend this place. It's a very good place to train, unless it's packed. They tend to have good drops: rune scimitars, square shields, law runes, death runes, uncut gems, coins, and many other things. But it is a good place to train. You can make quite a bit of money training here. I think they drop rune full helmets too. I just never ever got one. So yeah, there's not much to say about this place. It's multi. Cockroaches hit kinda often, but not often enough that it's a bad training place. It's a very good spot to train. You can bring a fly fishing rod or a fishing rod or whatever, and just go over to the barbarian fishing river and just catch more food, or you can just run to the Grand Exchange and buy more tuna and sell your loot from the previous run. And yeah, this is my 80 to 99 spot. I'll show you one more alternative because there's not really many alternatives for free to play. Lesser demons are a garbage place to train. The bounty hunter cavern is just terrible now. With the greater demons, that's no good for training. It's too much damage taken with not enough experience or loot. And yeah, I'll show you my next alternative. Alright, and this is my other 80 to 99 alternative. You can also probably use it for 70 to 99, but I'd recommend 80 to 99 as they tend to hit on rune a decent amount. If you saw that guy over there, you can see him now. He's using a two-hander at level 74. He's a retard. That's a really bad way to train. I'm not going in there because I'll get the royal piss pounded out of me. Because I'm only fucking old dragon hides. But yeah, this is a very good place to train for 80 to 99 or 70 to 99, whatever you feel like. I didn't really use this place a whole lot because I thought this place was a bullshit place because it was way too packed all the time. And yeah, this basically sums up my 1 to 99 melee and ranged, I guess, training guide. You can train ranged in all the spots I showed you if you're using tanking armor, which I don't recommend for these places. I can say you can tank here. I'd say you can tank here, but I still wouldn't recommend it without 80 plus defense. Or the moss giants, there's a safe area. chickens, it doesn't matter because they're goddamn pansies. And what are they called? Sons of bitches. Fucking all. Cockroaches is a really bad place to train range, so I would not recommend that at all, as they attack with ranged combat, which hurts more than their melee. Yeah, I don't know any other places. Well, I know all the places to recommend training, but I wouldn't. They're not as good as they could be. Anyway, I hope this guide helped you, even in the slightest bit, if it helped at all. And yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.